Hates Black Men. I'm your host Edward Anderson. Hopefully this is gonna be a quick one, like a quick 10 minute. It's serious when I titled the video. So I'm sitting here. Shout out to y'all talking in the Telegram, and they were referencing certain people as far as the Shadur Sanders situation. Um, and at the end of the day, it'll be interesting, to see where these all these guys from Colorado goes. People are gonna be following their careers. There's gonna be a lot of interest there, and so whether it's Shadur Sanders or other people, so I mean, it's all good. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? But what I wanna talk about some of the stuff I saw in the not the Telegram, but the Discord was this kind of common theme of celebrating black male pain. And I've said it before and I've said it again. Black men are not really gender warring with women as much as black women are airing out grievances of black men are rebelling, which is something that black men are not allowed to do. So in this video, I'm going to talk about that, and I'm also going to go and dive a little bit deeper into the uppity thing that Shadur Sanders is getting at, because some people are trying to. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that. So let me talk about the black male pain thing. So first things first. Um, bl- Black women have, and shout out to It's Just a Girl. Shout out to Shay Sade, because they do a good job covering some of this stuff. But I gotta say, the red pill would not have got as far as it's gotten if it wasn't for black women. It's gotten as far as it's gotten to the speed it's gotten because of black women doing stuff like this. At the end of the day, if black men were celebrating black, I don't care what the black woman did. If black women men were out here celebrating black women dying, even if they die at the hands, it's one thing to say, y'all are like showing your belly to these white men. You all are putting yourself in dangerous situations being with these white men because your own ideology or your hatred towards black men, and then saying, I'm glad he killed you. That's essentially what you see going on. And you see this stuff with Shannon Sharp, where I hope he gets nailed to the wall. Just all this evil, and it is evil. I want you to understand, your anger towards black men is not justified. It's not. Not as a group, and most of y'all, like 80% of y'all situations, if the whole story gets told, it's really not justified. It's not. I'm not even gonna entertain it. This is one of the reasons why, when I do get annoyed with some of the videos SWP makes, because he's willing to entertain that. I'm not willing to entertain that. You all do not go through more than black men do in this country. I'm not debating that with you. It doesn't matter how you feel. That's factually what the truth is. And your need to be a white woman does not super, because that's really most of what black women's issues are. That's what you see Michelle Obama, all that shit is, I'm not a black woman. When she was talking about, oh, well, it's just with white women, they just feel more lighter. Like there's no burden. You don't want to be black. That is what it is. And certain things can't be fixed. I'm short. If I can't make peace with that, nobody can fix that. There are certain things you just gonna have to make peace in life with, or don't. But it's not nobody's obligation. It's not the society's obligation to put you in this state of zen or happiness. Happiness, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Not life, liberty, and happiness. The pursuit of happiness, the pursuit part is something you're supposed to fucking do. The liberty part is something the government owes you, which is why we talk about racism. But going back, this constant, and this is why, like, you have to, I always tell people, y'all gotta moderate kind of how much y'all consume social media. I tell y'all gotta really moderate even how much y'all interact with black women and stuff in this space, in like this type of content, because you have a lot of women that they hate their blackness, they hate themselves, and they project that onto black men. This is why there's this kind of aura of self, and even black men don't comment on it, because black men have this self-loathing thing where they think they deserve this because they don't rule the world, or something. And so there's this thing where black women will say shit on social media that y'all really don't. Like, this stuff is dishonorable stuff. Like, if I had family members in my family saying some shit like this, I wouldn't fuck with them at all. At all. I wouldn't. There is no, oh, well, that's what you do over there. That's it. No. But if that's how you feel, I don't want nothing to do with you. You take your bloodline over there, I'll take my part of the bloodline over here. And there has been situations, not necessarily on this stuff, but that has been done. In fact, I have to actually make the deal. I'll give you a perfect example. I have a black female cousin. I can't fucking stand her. I really can't. It's been a very long time. It's probably been maybe 20 years since I've talked to her. But she is the only daughter of my aunt. My aunt, I have really two direct, like, no, three. Yeah. So she's and she has a grandson. It is my obligation as the oldest to try to connect my grandmother with my with her daughter. However, there are certain situations, as far as I'm talking about, real legal situations about how my cousin gets down, as to why, it is what it is. But my point is, I'm not just talking out my ass with that. You have a lot of evil bitches that do evil shit, and really the legal thing to do is to completely separate it from them. That's the legal thing to do. The closely. And so my point is that a lot of this shit these women say on social media, like this evil shit when it comes to black men, my thing is, why don't you put that energy into living your best life rather than getting on social media? It's not even about air, because at this point you're not airing out grievances. It's not about it's not about yeah, anybody that says, I just want to let y'all know, anybody references the dark, the black, you can't see me, you're an obvious troll, get them out of there. um because, and y'all, it's obvious I do that. Like, and by the way, I shouldn't have to I don't explain myself, but let you know why the fuck I do this for the dumbasses out here. Number one, when I make it a black screen, you know, I can download the video and then re-upload it, and I don't necessarily have to edit it, or I could put something over it. That's why I do that. It's podcast style. Unfortunately, we can't do audio because YouTube is a video platform. So there you go. It's very fucking obvious. You don't have to see anything. You have a problem, fucking leave. If you don't, you will be removed. Just saying. Anyway, um, and it's not you airing out your grievances. When you all take stuff like Shannon Sharp, it's not, okay, well, he did this is how this happens. Learn. You all are like, good. I hope everything happens to him. I don't well, I'm not gonna say I understand, but I'm gonna say I don't understand how y'all think that helps me. What, you think you're gonna scare black men into fucking with you? Dumper was talking about demons, and he shared a video of women talking about demon spirit. Y'all let the demonic come out of y'all all the time. And this is why a lot of the dudes that y'all deal with usually ain't got nothing to offer, when all they got to offer you is dick. Because at the end of the day, outside of sexual access, why else would somebody deal with a lot of y'all? And I love it, because I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of y'all that get on social, y'all do not know how to kind of separate this, and y'all really let a lot of how y'all feel filter out in the real world. And then y'all wonder why dudes ain't trying to have nothing to do with y'all, because y'all are dangerous. Y'all got attitudes like white females. Like, y'all, like, it's worse. Y'all like legit hate black men because you all hate yourselves. And you project that onto us. Once you really understand that, then you understand any chick that's operating on some self-hatred, that's a dangerous person. It really is. And dudes, and quite frankly, dudes are starting to get it because you all are so sloppy and overt about it. And so when y'all getting the stuff like, because they dealing with a non-black woman, like, there's more dudes to get hemmed up. Like, a lot of black on black crime has been done by dudes dealing with black women. Dumper was just talking about that. He was talking evil women and stuff evil women do, and he was talking about this with the 304 video, the Don't Trick video, which I recommend. And he was talking about setups. Black women set up black men all the time. They work with other black men to set them up and get them killed. You've seen some rappers go out that way. You all do some evil shit. He even played a video of a woman talk about setups, a woman talking about the paternity fraud, how you can lay with a man and a baby every time, every day, and sit here and then know that man is not the father of the child and live a life of fantasy. That is evil. Men would be called psycho. Men would be considered a psychopath doing shit like that. That is psychopathy. And then when y'all get caught, y'all just lose it because you know what you're doing. And y'all really act like y'all do. It's like y'all got all this. It's like a bitch cheating on a dude every day, and then the one time he cheats, she loses her mind. And people could say, "Well, don't men do that? Men don't do it every day." And men are built different. They are men. The difference is when women cheat with a man, women cannot cheat with a man, and it's just about sex. That they're not capable of doing that. Women emotionally cheat. And the difference is women get more resources from men than men get from women, and that's legally binding type shit. So it's not the same thing. The only time you see reverse situations usually is when black women are dealing with white men and white men just don't care. And the law supports them. This is why black women, you never see, this is how you know they're doing stuff like this on purpose. Because you notice how black women are never willing to tax. Notice how black women can never tax. The law does not allow black women to tax white men like the law allows white women to tax white men. This is how you know that this stuff is intentional, and these are intentional decisions. And these are not like, oh, well, this is just what the law says. But when you see this stuff, another thing too is Shadura Sanders. That's actually what prompted the video. They were, you got these people talking about arrogant, again, nobody never says what he does. They can never describe what he does that is arrogant. And I'm telling you, every time you hear that, that is them saying he's uppity. That is what that is. I have watched footage of him. I don't know what does he do that is arrogant. So apparently you can't be confident as a black man. This is why black men go out of their way to do this humility, like being humble. Notice how black women always. I remember one of the things. This is one of the biggest things that I knew April Mason was a chameleon. When you ask April Mason about humility, which ego is more of a masculine thing, by the way. But she scoffed at being humble. Like maybe there's a story there, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. That's when the chameleon actually comes out, and I'm like, oh, so you're just not gonna do that under any circumstances. So you just believe you just entitled motherfucker, huh? I'm like, bitch, understand something. You got a cute face and some titties. That's why motherfuckers fuck with you. Let's stop fucking. Let's stop fucking playing. Let's stop, get it ain't about all that other personality and your ability to speak in a certain way. That's extra. But understand, it's because you got titties and you got a decent looking face, and niggas are predisposition of brown skin. If we want to really, without that, bitch, you that ego wouldn't be there. Let's just be very clear about that. But but black men do this humble like thing. I'm not saying it's an act because a lot of dudes in these situations you're humble that you accomplish this, but a lot of it is because it's a way of disarming you because you have to bend the knee to white society. White men never have to. They never have to do that. They may do that, like Tim Tebow and stuff. And usually, if they do that, it's like a Christian thing. But they never have to do it. Black men have to do it. Black men have to do it. And it's this unspoken rule. So if you are confident, I actually talked to a white woman today. It was a white woman that she was like, oh, like they think it's like he's getting his. Like, oh, it's like for example, if they did some shit like this to Cooper Flag, it would be like something has to be wrong. Because Cooper Flag is not subject to those same rules. They would say, "Oh, Cooper Flag is a competitor." Like, look at how they come, and he's a great basketball player. He probably is gonna go number one or number two. But notice how when it's a white, they're a competitor. They're passionate. They're out there. Johnny Manziel was not a humble dude by any stretch of the term. He never dealt with this type of shit. And Shadur is way better of a football player. Johnny football. But when you're black, if you don't have this like ritual where you're basically lowering yourself, and the reality is, Shadur ain't doing like they can never point to me what is these arrogant acts that he does. The second thing I've been saying, show me another person that's not. Show me you can demonstrate a non-black person that's like this, and don't say Trump because I'm not talking about politics. Because everybody will want to say Trump. Nah, fuck that. Give me a somebody an athlete. You can't because this arrogant shit is another thing for uppity. I saw a post where somebody was sitting there talking about it's about class, it's not about race. Maybe to the extent that it is he's an uppity Negro that doesn't know his place. And quite frankly, anybody that's kind of going at him because they don't like Dion, that's some weak ass shit, to be honest with you. That's like saying fuck Barron Trump because I don't like Donald. That's like saying fuck Ivanka because I don't like Donald. As if these people aren't their own people. That's another thing, Forever Blessed. And that's another and by the way, I'm not sure. Let me verify who Shadur Sanders' girlfriend is because he doesn't show her, but I don't believe she's white. And remember what I've told you um about it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter if you date black women or not. Somebody said that Shadur Sanders was with Shinzay. Man, it better not. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be you're either with a light skinned chick. It doesn't matter. It never did. That's why when they always get mad at people, oh, if you with a black woman, no, because y'all don't give nobody points for that. Y'all didn't give DDG points for that. You don't give black men points for mainly dating black women. Y'all just move to the next thing for y'all to have a problem with. They didn't give Jonathan Owens any credit for coming being a 26-year-old and coming out of the in prime of his football career, and getting and committing to Simone. They wanted to come at him. How dare you take her off the market so a white man can't get her? Same thing they did with DDG and Haley. And people don't call this out. It's like, no, y'all hate yourselves. And that's fine. We can just not deal with each other. Stop asking. That's why I always laugh when black women ask black men for shit. I'm like, y'all don't want nothing to do with black men. So why the fuck are you asking black men for shit? If you that bitch like you say you do, you are what 7% of the population. Go get other men to do it. Go get John Cartwright to do it. Go get Mario Espizes to do it. Go get Liu Kang to do it. Go get fucking Luel Ding or African to do it. Go get them to do what seems to be so simple that black men are just so inept to do. Go get it. Because black men can go get what we want. If that may be Xanatos, but we're talking about that may be, but we're in the United States. And class only goes so far too. But we're in the United. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking this shit. Their Sanders situation is in the United States, and in the United States, and a lot of times I'm gonna keep it real with you, Xanatos. I only give foreign people so much with that because a lot of foreign people they say that class shit because usually the class is going to be based on racial stuff anyway. So that's also their way of getting around it too. Because then it's like if you're black, you have to obviously like max out on what class you're in. You have to look obvious you're in this class. versus white people don't have to do that, even outside the United States, especially in. And I can't speak for Asia, but I can definitely speak on Latin America is like that, and they like to use that class shit to get around the racial conversation because to them it's not a racial conversation. It's settled. You're not even supposed to really speak on it. But my point is that you got these bitches on the one hand, they want to ask niggas for shit, but on the other hand, they're celebrating black male pain. They're celebrating it. And the fact and what I be wanting to see, you would think women has got some goddamn sense in this economy. You would think women has got some goddamn sense would tell these bitches shut the fuck up. Because all you doing is making my job easier. All we got to do is play the tape. And all these niggas that they want to be in the middle, they don't want to take a stand because it's not about taking a stand. It's about saying you're going to have to draw red lines in order to, you're going to solve this. There is no negotiation. You're going to have to take control in order to correct this situation. And that starts with you drawing red lines. Too many niggas want to negotiate with demons. Some, they want to negotiate with demons and think they can exercise the demon out of these chicks. Y'all would do better circling around the women that actually got some fucking sense and supporting them. When we first started doing this shit, we didn't have a lot of women that understood that there was a problem. Post Kevin, we do. And I don't never see these niggas pull up with those chicks. You got a whole black female accountability department of a lot of YouTubers. I'm talking about the purple pill people. Pull up behind them. And then that way it's not seen as a gender war. But they don't want to do that. Because a lot of these niggas like to pander to these chicks, just like how these white folks, like these black folks like to pander to these white folks. They literally, every time white people are mad, they look at it as an opportunity to tell them what they want to hear. They basically make money being a coon ass version of Jiminy fucking Cricket. You're not a racist. You're a real American. They don't. They don't have the heart to. And that's why a lot of these niggas are bitch made. And when I say punish, what I'm talking about is punished by absence of resources and absence of attention. By basically saying, look, black men dating outside their race, black men dating internationally, whatever black men do, it's only if you want a black man is you're gonna have to compete for him. And we're not gonna throw black men under the bus because I'm talking as black men. We're not gonna throw black men under even Kevin was saying that before he died. We're not about to throw black men under the bus because of how the fuck you feel. Like for real, you're gonna have to compete for these dudes because we know who you picking. You all pick bad guys, and then you turn around and then you think you're gonna retire with the dudes that do what the fuck they're supposed to do. I'd rather see them with a non-black person. I'd rather see a dude with a non-black person as childless than get with a child get with a single mother. Straight up. Fuck the reach back. You not running this. And so when you see these women like celebrating shit, and it's not all of them, but when you see like a good amount of these women, talk about Shador and all of this, or you got people talk about, oh, he's arrogant. It's like, where the fuck is this arrogant? Like nobody can show me a video or give me an example of why he's arrogant. So I guess because he's a tall black man, y'all just put the tag on him. When y'all can't put nothing else, you just call him an uppity nigga. It's funny, man. And you got black people that want to bitch about racism but play into that. He a uppity. Like that's what it is. You call him arrogant, he's uppity. That's really what y'all want to say. Because he ain't bowing down to nothing. And just like Jalen Hurts, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Shador. I personally think they're going to try to sabotage his career. I actually think they're going to try to. I actually think they're pre-blackballing him. I actually believe that. The problem is they're being extra sloppy about it because it's personal, and that's going to start making stuff look bad. I don't think everybody is on board with that, But I think it's a lot of these on a day. I don't know what. And my thing is, what the fuck did Dion do to you? Now, word on the street is the real issue is that he comes from a strong background, and they don't like that because they don't want this array of players that are able to change the architecture of the NFL because they know how to keep their money and not do nigga shit. They don't want that. They want the single motherhood pipeline of broken ass niggas that they've been getting. That's what they want. They don't want that to change. That's word on the street. Yeah, absolutely, Xanatos. Yeah, fuck that. I'd rather see him. And by the way, I'm not playing. You think I'm playing? I'm not going to throw out names, but a lot of people I talk to, non-black women, real estate property, and black women are out here looking fucking. You'd be surprised. Something I've literally told people like there's like three people I'm thinking about, and I've literally told them, what we need to do is I need to take this text, and I'm not gonna do it without your permission, but we need to run this through like an AI voice and change the names and everything that way and put it on like on a Patreon, maybe not put it on YouTube. That way the brothers can hear this stuff. Because like these women be looking dumb as hell after the fact. They be looking dumb as hell after the fact. They made these decisions and they wanna now they getting in their late 30s, early 40s. They see these dudes married with these non-black women, and it's not like white relationships or all that. And they get so angry and upset they don't know what to do because they're fucked. They can't run to nobody, so they basically just get on social media and start bitching, or they start hoeing. They start hoeing. So at the end of the day, man, black women keep saying that stupid shit because y'all got a whole generation. You gotta remember this stuff was started in 2010. We're 15 years in. You literally got 5 years. You're gonna have a generation of people that pretty much grew up with this content from start to finish. And not just the content, it's y'all. So that's why no matter what they try to do with this adolescence TV show, all this bullshit, the problem is the women and what they are doing. If you don't stop that, ain't nothing else gonna matter. They didn't hate Manziel BGS. Manziel had his supporters. White people did not hate Manziel like they hated Shador. So anyway, my main point, Zari said, what I said in the telegram. My main point on this is that I'm tired of this air. Fuck when he got drafted. I'm tired of this arrogant tag. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of everybody just saying he's arrogant. He's not arrogant. Y'all is basically saying he's uppity. That's my point. Like where he at the end of the day, where he got drafted don't even matter because he ultimately he gonna have to earn his money regardless, and that is true. I mean, Draymond Green got drafted late in the second round, so I'm not really sweating that. It's the why, and like I said in the telegram, it's the fact that they basically threw all this bullshit media out there to kind of tee it up. That's kind of what annoyed me. It's the lying around him, the not being honest. It's the propaganda part that really pisses me off. I'm not even Johnny Manziel had his critics, but Johnny Manziel, it was not the same. And Johnny Manziel did real shit. Like Johnny Manziel actually did real shit to warrant the criticism that he got all throughout his tenure. Even in school, he was considered a party animal. The problem is Johnny Manziel was winning games, so they let that go. Shadur ain't done shit to what Johnny Manziel did, and even then, a lot of that stuff was put out there like that. If Shadur did 10% of the shit Johnny Manziel was doing, that stuff will be highlighted. So basically, when they have nothing else to say, they always go back to the tried and true uppity nigga trope. He's arrogant. That's what they always do. That's like my real problem. I really could care less about where he got drafted, to be honest with you. Because ultimately, BG, as you did say, he's going to prove his case, and that's to the extent that I'll speak on that conversation, and that is true. That is true. Let me see. Alex Smith was drafted number one. I mean, I'm not necessarily doing the draft like that's. I will admit that's not the most healthiest thing to do because the draft can go a lot of different ways, and you gotta the draft has its own politics. So I'll say that. But what I will say is that's not even my issue. My issue is the arrogant tag. That's kind of my main kind of gripe. That's like my main kind of gripe. The other stuff is like I'm not because you got to leave some room for some shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's like my real gripe. And then this kind of celebration of black male pain, that black women be doing, it's like this misandry. And I want y'all to really understand these chicks be having they be having boyfriends, they be having sons doing this stuff. They really they be having sons, all of that just on the internet saying the most vile, hateful shit. Just the most hateful shit that can come out of their mouth. and motherfuckers just charge that shit off to they just blowing off steam and whatever goof bullshit they can say to not address it. Now let men say that these niggas be willing to fight. You say some shit too wild in front of a dude, and dude, when it comes to women, oh man, you could say some shit just like, a man should abandon his kid rather than pay child. They'll literally want to get violent with you just off the pretend thought. So it's not that they just don't want to be confrontational. Nah, it's that they yeah, Johnny Manziel got away with a lot. Like Johnny Manziel got away with a lot, and a lot of that was just criticism, and a lot of that came from they wanted Johnny Manziel to succeed, but he kept playing. That's where a lot of that came from too. Johnny Manziel was like his own worst enemy, and a lot of people wanted him to do better because they thought, okay, because again they were running out of white quarterbacks. People forget that, and you got all these quarterbacks playing. It was a couple of other ones that just they weren't even bad. They just flamed out. And again, I'm giving these most of these people aren't smart enough to bring up Johnny Manziel. I brought up Johnny Manziel. Most of these people aren't. They wouldn't think about it because at the end of the day, if this up is really a thing, I should do a whole video about that. Like it's an uppity tag. It's an uppity play. You're just calling them uppity. That's all it is. And he's doing things that are associated with being uppity. That's really the issue. And to see like black people that claim they know some shit, basically kind of buy into that. I mean, I mean, it's crazy. It really is. Whether it's for money or for whatever. And I'm not even just talking about this. I'm talking about even with every situation. They literally look, it's like, so you think it's funny because, and this just goes to show you how stupid white people are. It's like, so it's funny how you don't recognize that this person is telling you everything you want to hear. It's the same thing with pandering. I mean, like it's like everything magically they're always in a line. Don't you think they're not thinking about what is it do you want to hear, and they're just gonna tell you, and then like an idiot you just listen to it. It's just really funny. That never dawns on them, but whatever. Yeah, they are code words, and we, unfortunately, people have kind of gotten away from that, like the art of using code words, like really breaking down what do they mean behind what they say. Like when you hear a man saying controlling, so give me the difference between bound. This is why I was asked. Okay, cool. Let's establish what the difference between having a boundary is and being controlling. Because when I hear you all say controlling, what I think is anything that I don't want you to do, you just gonna file it under controlling. He's controlling. So you mean you supposed to be able to like do whatever you want to do, even though we're in a quote unquote relationship. And if I say I this is a boundary, then that's just automatically gonna get filed under, oh, he's controlling. That's what I think y'all mean. We are, oh no, okay, cool. Give me the difference. Give me an example. Show me you know the difference. Well, I shouldn't exactly because it's really not about that. That's really what you mean. You mean that anything you don't want to do, which is really we're not in a relationship. You're just doing what you want to do. So you don't really believe in leadership, but you want benefits. No, benefits come with you're gonna no benefits come with shit. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, remember, feminism is. I'm looking at a video saying, um, Tamara Hall tries to slander the manosphere. At the end of the day, feminism is good. Feminism, basically, when I hear people say that, what I'm essentially saying is, it's good for women to have advocacy, but men are not allowed to have advocacy. Black boys and black males are not allowed to have advocacy, but women can have all the advocacy in the world. And that tells you everything you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know about like what these women are on. You can have advocacy, women can have advocacy, but if men have advocacy, that's a problem. I'm controlling. So you just want to do what the fuck you want to do when you want to do it. No boundaries. Cool. Cool. So I don't know what you think you about to get these benefits from then. Well, you supposed to do it because you a man. That's why nobody wants to bottom line these conversations. They just want to, they want to talk around these conversations because really it's about trying to finesse you into doing what they want you to do. And it's like the thing about it is in real time, people are going to do something until they're not. So you like, and really y'all have like poisoned the well to the point where a lot of dudes are really on some I don't gotta do nothing because really at this point if y'all don't want the D enough then I don't even need to get involved. That's the situation y'all created. And now y'all mad because y'all got dudes on the one hand. It's not a lot of dudes that's gonna try out. They pretty much either opted out or they not exchanging nothing for what they want because they ain't got to. They realize they ain't got to. That's the situation a lot of y'all chicks are in. And the longer y'all wait, the longer y'all play games, the harder it's gonna be to opt dudes in. Because truth be told, regardless, see, one thing the dumbers say, "Oh man, this the red pill stuff isn't like widespread." It's not necessarily widespread, but a lot of dudes are that engage. Here's the thing, dudes engage in this market, and it's very simple. Either a nigga is getting sex or not getting sex. If a dude is expounding all these resources in order to get sex, and they're not getting sex, then they're gonna solve that problem. They're not gonna keep on just giving. It's like they're not gonna just keep giving, 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 and not getting, 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 getting. And then on the flip side, if you deal with dudes that they're getting sex without having to do anything, where they're not gonna just start doing something. That's not how that works. So you've literally created like a pincer move. So you don't need the red pill to tell you that. Most of these dudes are not going to just keep crashing out against the wall. Shout out to the black community does not like black men. Purple pill is the way. Dudes turning red pill don't even know the term. Exactly. Shout out to Marcus, man. So apparently, if Marcus, if you putting out new videos, yeah, I definitely need to put you on the share list. Absolutely. Shout out to Marcus. Marcus is one of the original 2.0 guys. Shout out to Marcus. I've been seeing your stuff is being shared in my feed, but I didn't know if that was old shit. Let me know. Is that old shit or new shit? The precedence has been set and the cat is out of the bag. The only brothers that will be left in the states are simps and haters. Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's not even necessary. Like, it's not even like honestly. Oh, Marcus. Lou, man. Even if I gotta pay for that, I want that thing you did, that documentary, that video. Where is that video with the hysterectomy or whatever you had? When they wouldn't let you get it because that video was done a minute ago. But yeah, so let me know. Like I've been putting out new travel content. I'm spending as much time outside. Okay, good. Because I didn't want to just share the old. I mean, I would have, but okay, good. So I'll get your stuff and I'll start sharing it everywhere. because I got a whole Discord and stuff. So I'll share. Yeah, and it's just a different. I know you was talking to BNT Live too. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Somebody put my email in there. Like, give me the link, cause yeah, I'm not gonna necessarily just throw it out there, but um, okay. Shit. Let me. Do. Luckily, thank God I'm in front of my computer. Appreciate it, cause that is a classic. I may get some people reacting to that, like real talk. I'm cause that's a classic. Yeah, Michelle Obama need to be quiet. I don't know what, like, Michelle Obama, like, see, this is why these people don't need a podcast, because she actually making herself look bad. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me see. Are you putting this stuff? Yeah, that's 7 years ago, man. Yeah, we need to bring that back. So let me see. You put new content. Is it on this channel? Okay, yeah. Let me. Yeah, yeah. Spam your channel too. I subscribe to this one, but yeah, yeah. Okay, good, 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 good. Gail already got it. Like, what did I didn't do nothing? Did I? Yeah, my bad. Nah, you know what I'm talking about. A vasectomy. And my bad. Unhigh user. That was by accident. Okay. What is it? We doing lives? Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah, you doing lives. Okay. 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 We got it. We got it. We got it. Okay. Yeah. I know it's a lot of the same political figures, the same parties during the election years, and now doing pockets. It is cringe. It is cringe. It is cringe because and I mean, like, legit when you listen to them. But hey, that's the gift that keeps on giving, man. But it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And it's like they're doing everything but what they. Okay, yeah, I gotta check your IG out too. Yeah, cause I mean, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like, honestly, man, a lot of people don't. I said this. A lot of people don't realize, dudes think traveling so far away. Dude, you are a couple of weekends. Like, literally, if you Uber, and people will like scoff at this, but if you Uber, like, literally on the weekend, you can make enough extra. Like, literally, you Uber on your days off, you can make the money you need to go overseas and travel, especially at least doing the initial visits. And I mean, you can easily do that, not even busting your ass and killing yourself, especially even if you live in a moderately sized city. But if you live in like in the top 20 major cities in the United States, or if you're approximate to that, you could literally get that money, and I mean immediately. Like, it's actually a lot more closer than people think it is. It really is, and that's just one idea. That's just one idea. So people, but because it ain't even like me. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But and I gotta hook. You know what? I gotta hook you up with Marty Marcus. I gotta hook you up with Marty. Um, in fact, let me do this right now. Marty Brazil. Let me. I'm gonna drop this link in here. Um, this is a guy that he actually lives in Brazil right now. He's from New York. Um, Marcus, you'll like his stuff, man. You'll respect his stuff. Yeah, so definitely check his stuff out. He pretty much covers Brazil content. Like, he's pretty much the best dude in Brazil right now. Like, it's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. So yeah, yeah. Check out his channel first, and then you want to do the Patreon. Do Patreon. All right, y'all. I gotta jump back. But yeah, man, it's it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, good all of even No, Marty has put more energy into the Patreon, but the YouTube is still there. Um, yeah, like at the end of the day, Shadur Sanders will be all right because all this hatred, it will still benefit him even financially. As far as like what these chicks are doing, yeah, man. Like I hear now, Jesse, is preaching Nairobi, as far as Kenya, and yeah, I mean, dude, more dudes. I mean, it ain't even like one of these things where it's got to be this massive thing that's like this social media phenomenon. Because truth be told, these chicks be getting mad, and I'd rather stuff happen a little bit behind the scenes anyway, because too many people be trying to use that for their own little agenda. But yeah, especially with this Shannon Sharp thing, Shannon Sharp should have dealt with chicks overseas. Like when you deal with women and understand the United States ecosystem, even like that, like you playing, like he really should have had a better system, especially if he had situations that he was dealing with before. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, yeah, I'll catch up with all that, and yeah, Marcus, I'll catch up with your videos and stuff. Appreciate all y'all for the super chats. Cause yeah, I gotta renew my passport and get my start. I'm finally getting to a situation where in the near future I can actually start like traveling too. So I just had things, yeah. So anyway, with that being said, this is Edward signing off.